Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I am Abe with MysticGenMara.com, a small town mystic from the middle of Idaho. And tonight, whenever you happen to be seeing this, I would like to offer your weekly elemental rune reading for the week of April 6th through the 12th. If you're interested in any runes or any fun stuff like that, I've linked a few of the fun ones down in the description. There's also a natal interpretation chart, which is a really basic, not really basic, but it's a basic birth chart with the 12 houses, and then there's 10 to 20 pages of a description. They're a really cool tool if you've never had one read before. And with that, we'll get started. I read for the elements, not the zodiac, and there's a description or a link in the description for that. And we'll start off with our elemental energy of fire. Fire covers Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. So your first rune here, we'll check the book and then we'll see what source brings in, is the Degas rune, the rune of the day. Color of light blue, tarot association is temperance, and astrology is the dark moon. Awakening, clarity, success, prosperity, abundance in life. Fire, you're starting off pretty powerful this week. It's also saying that it's cliche, seize the day energy is what's coming up. There's going to be a lot of things available to you this week, Fire. It's a matter of what are you willing to pick yourself. The universe is not going to hand it to you, it's going to be offered, but you're the one who has to make the next steps. You're the one that has to make the decisions. They're saying that sorry, drop things on the floor. They're saying that this is a good time for you to work with your divine will, work with your intuition, and really expand things. There's a lot of opportunity. You're the one that makes the decisions. Your second rune, let's see if we can get a little clarity here. Wrong page. There we go. Is the Wunjo rune, which is the rune of joy. Color association is yellow. Tarot association is strength. And astrology is Leo. So this taps into your guys' energy. A sign of happiness, harmony between people, a situation changing for the better. Fire, if you've been going through it, which may be the case considering how much water we just left with for your guys, this is your indication that now that we're in the Aries season, now that we're into Fire's beginning season, this is the time for your energy to step up. What I'm hearing is you have a lot of opportunities available to you. Pick one or two and work towards those. They're saying don't get overexcited and be, I'm going to pick all of them. That is going to burn you out fast, and that's not going to be beneficial for you in the long run. So definitely take the time to pick one or two things, which is tricky because when Fire decides to put their mind to something, they bounce all over the place, especially Aries. But this is a time for you to really pick the thing that you want. What's coming up that is the most important? Follow your intuition and your inner guidance. Select those one or two things, and then put boots to the ground on those things. They're saying the universe is opening up, saying, what are you looking for, Fire? We're here to help. But they're not going to work on everything. It's, pick your goals for this week. Now, with that, we'll hop over to our next, which is our Earth family. Earth covers Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. And I think you guys got this one the last week too. We have the word rune, which is the rune of fate, blank rune. Mystery and fate unknown, have trust and faith. Earth, this week, you're going to be riding a current of go with the flow. You're going to be riding the current of what new thing is going to pop up this week. They're showing me an Ouroboros, or not the Ouroboros, the figure 8, the infinity symbol, there we go. And they're saying that this is a pattern that is going on for you. So when we check your next rune, we'll get a little more detail here. But they're saying this is a pattern. You have set yourself up to go with the flow, to hold this pattern, not change anything, not move against the status quo because it's comfortable. And there's a little bit of a challenge coming in with this because fate is saying, what are you doing? Why are you stuck? You don't even realize you're stuck. You just keep spinning your wheels and you're not going anywhere. Time for Earth to step forward and make some movement of some form. Our second rune for Earth is Barkana. It's the rune of birth. Color is dark green, tarot association is the Empress, and astrology is Virgo. So we're working with your energy in the Divine Mother aspect. Renewal, promise of a new beginning, new growth, birth, families, and homes. This is so totally the earth energy. This is the hearth home energy. It's saying if you've been in a position where nothing's moving, nothing's really changing because you're kind of spinning your wheels, that fate rune is saying, what are you doing? Berkana's coming in and saying, especially with your work with Empress energy and Virgo, I'm not quite full on that, but with Empress, this is the divine feminine in her most powerful form, bringing in success, bringing in abundance. This is a time for things that you have been working on to be birthed into fruition. So this week, you might have been kind of, treading water, so to speak, not going anywhere, just loop-de-loos. But the Empress and Berkana are coming in saying, enough. What's been planted is now grown. It's time for the harvest. And this is something that has been fated for Earth. This is not something that you really have to struggle with, again, because that's not where you're at right now. It's time to move, but it doesn't mean you have to make it an effort, because you've already put the work in. The waiting pattern was allowing things to be brought to their fullness. This week you're going to start to see the results of what you've been working on, and there may even be an aspect of a harvest coming in for you, which is financial relationships. I'm hearing pregnancy as well, so if someone's been trying for that, see how things go this week. But it's definitely focusing on the physical and that which brings you comfort. The home, finances, comfort of a spouse, things like that. That's what they're really emphasizing with that Berkana aspect. So let's hop over to air, covering Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. And you are starting off with, I don't know why the runes make me a little more yawny than normal, but we'll go there. Air is starting off with Jira, or the year rune of the year. Color of light blue, tarot association is the Fool, feeling that right now, and astrology is Earth. So this is a little bit of a pushback for our air family. Signifies the cycles of nature and life, something coming to fruition, effort receiving its reward. So overall, air, you are coming to an end of a cycle, and then new opportunities are being offered to you. And the reason that I'm saying there's a little challenge here, when your astrology is working with the elemental energy of Earth, or the planetary energy of Earth, air, that's your polar opposite. That is your conflict. Whereas fire and water are not the most agreeable, earth and air are also in conflict with each other, because when the Jira rune's coming forward, it's saying this is that Fool energy. You're starting something new. You don't have all the answers, which for air is frustrating. That's where you might be starting off on a new path going, yahoo, I got this. But that's that Fool energy. You know what you know, but you don't know what you don't know. And when you go forward, you're going to realize you've done a lot up to this point. You've completed whole sections and cycles of your life. What you're stepping into next, you are unfamiliar with, but you don't quite realize it yet. And, this is the perfect rune to follow that. We have the Hagalaz rune is your second rune, the rune of hail. Color of light blue, tarot association is the World, astrology is Aquarius. So we're stepping into your energy here. Signifies unexpected setbacks or problems, attempts to let things flow, possible disruptive natural events. So, air, you're ending a cycle, which is awesome. Good for you. You've completed another set of life goals, but you're stepping into a new set, and that's where the Fool comes in. The Fool is a challenge for you because it's earth energy, as well as when you walk into something air, you want to be able to have knowledge. You want to be able to think 5 steps ahead. That's not how you're going to start this week off, and that is going to lead to the Hagalaz rune. That is where the frustrations come in. That's where the why is this happening to me coming in. But the upside of the Hagalaz rune, and I don't say this often because Hagalaz as a rule is a contrarian, you have the world as part of your association with this. Therefore, the World Tarot card is saying everything is cyclical. In your case, you're going cyclical up because you, as on a spiritual journey, you go up, not flat. But you're still going in a circle. It's like, I've already been through this lesson. Yes, at a lower frequency. Now you're up here. And so now you're moving along this path. So the world card's saying, you've already been here, you've already done this. Since you already have previous awareness of the lessons you're dealing with, this is going to speed your process. You don't realize that you already have this knowledge, and that's where the frustration comes in. So work with your intuition and your guides this week, because they're really wanting you to be able to step past this fool energy, this beginner's energy, quickly, because the universe is showing coins falling from the sky. So there's some kind of an abundance that's coming up for you, and the universe really wants to bring this forward for you. So this is that, don't hang out in the fool energy of tra-la-la, this is something new and I know everything. Start onto this path, be like, okay, I know this much, but what don't I know? When you start to look at it from that perspective and how can I learn that, it triggers air's natural propensity to learn, but it also opens up the doors of communication with the universe to be like, here we go, and air, you'll take off like a shot after that. So let's hop over to our water family. Water covers Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces, all of our fishies, and we're starting off with, if I get the page to turn here, the Sowilo rune, which is the rune of the sun. Colors of white and silver. Tarot association and astrology are both the sun. Good health, happiness, wholeness, clarity, enlightenment, and success. Water, you're starting off with a bang. Whatever is... They're not even saying what you've been working on. This is something surprising that's coming in. You are going to be rewarded for something you didn't even know that you had accomplished. This is one of those things where you've been just doing the everyday. You've been doing your thing. You in your mind, water, your goal is still 50 miles down the road, and you're walking along doing what you do. This is something that's coming in unexpected. They're saying this is that burst of light from the clouds where the sun pops down and it just warms you, and you didn't realize you were feeling chilly. So that's the energy of where we're starting this week with, is water, get ready, because there's something coming in beneficial. They're actually focusing on love. They keep showing me hearts and little heart bubbles floating around. So whatever's coming in, it could be a deepening of a relationship, it could be meeting someone new, it could be getting those butterflies because someone's flirting with you and that hasn't happened in a minute. However that plays out, but water, there's something coming in that's going to be a huge surprise the first part of this week. It could be later in the week, but they're leaning towards the first half. So your second rune is also the Dagoz rune, the rune of the day, color of light blue. Tarot association is temperance, and astrology is dark moon. Awakening, clarity, success, prosperity, abundance in life. So water, you and fire are both floating very good this week. There's a lot of positive energy available to you, and water, if you're someone who likes to go outside, put your face in the sun. If it's a little chilly outside yet, go to a window and at least let the sun hit your face. Embrace the joy of the divine masculine is what I'm hearing. This is a time to let that solar deity warm your heart, warm your soul, allow yourself the beauty, the grace, the gift of success. Sorry, they were showing me a bunch of images. And allow yourself to feel that abundance. Abundance and success do not always equal financial. There could be some of that, but what is coming in is going to be something that awakens your gratitude for the magnitude of blessings that you already have. But there's something new that's going to be brought in as well, and they're saying hold on to that feeling of gratitude as this new stuff comes in, water, because it's just going to help speed things up and lift you out of the dark. I'm not sure what that means. That's what they're saying, so we'll go with that. Overall this week, elemental energies, earth, air, fire, water, step out into the world in grace and beauty. The universe is offering you a period of growth and expansion, and they're bringing it forward in a way that is specific to your element, whatever that is. Air, you love a little bit of a challenge, but you want it to be intellectual. That's what's coming up for you. Water, you're doing your thing, you have surprises coming in. Fire, you are in a position to receive so much grace and power. Earth, you're getting the rewards of your hard work. Each of these energies are coming forward for you in the moment and in the time when you are ready to receive and accept them. So, as you go through this week, remember God Source Divine loves you. I appreciate all of you for hopping by. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button, drop a like, comment, let me know your thoughts, feelings, and opinions, and I will let you guys go. See you in the next video.